What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Mary J. Blige. She made some comments about not being a mother, not having children. And to be honest, this story went further than I thought it would. It just seemed like a lot of websites, blogs, or whatnot are posting about this. And I found that to be interesting because I've seen women say, more provocative things and it didn't really go viral, like this story has. Her talking about why she chose not to be a mother is very interesting, right? That her comments, she's an older woman, by the way. So I don't think she's in a position to have any children anytime soon. That the media cares so much about whether a 55-year-old woman, a career woman, whether or not she has kids. Why is this story taken off the way it has? And it plays into this narrative that the media loves a single black woman who is in no relationship, may or may not have children. They do love the single mother narrative, but I think this plays into it for them as well because they want women, specifically black women, to embrace being single with no children. Nothing's wrong with that. You want to wait till you find the right person. But Mary J is 55 years old. After a certain point, especially once she got into her 40s, I'm pretty sure, because at the time she probably was married to Kendu Isaacs, her ex-husband. I just don't think she was thinking about kids. Maybe especially with him. She probably didn't want to have kids with him. Because it seemed like, once they divorced, she just didn't have anything good to say about him. Even mentioned how she regrets praising him for helping her get off to deal with addiction, right? To get off of that, right? So it just seems like they love pushing this narrative that you should choose your career over children. Because I think that's why this story is taken off the way it is. They want to push that narrative. Now, I don't think women who don't want kids should have kids. They should wait. Because we see way too many women who have kids who really don't want kids, right? And we see what happens in those situations. So let's get into this. Mary J. Blige's musical influence birthed plenty of R&B artists in the 90s and into the turn of the century, but the R&B icon opened up about not having any biological children of her own. Blige joined Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson's IMO podcast on Wednesday, where she reflected on her decision to not have kids. Look who she's speaking to. I saw a lot of people struggling, the 55-year-old began. I see a lot, my family members needing babysitters and them not having a choice, no freedom. So when you're younger, those are the words you make. Those are the choices you make. I don't want any kids. The Real Love singer also revealed how she had some regret about being kidless as she's gotten older, but is ultimately happy with the life she's built. When you get older, you start to see how valuable their teenagers are to them and their kids are to them. Sometimes I'm lonely, but I'm alone a lot. I'm in my home, but we have a good time. I make sure we have a good time, she said. We by ourselves, we watching movies. I be trying on clothes. I be watching movies. I accept it. It is what it is. I'm not trying to have company and friends. It is what it is. It seems like she's chosen a life of loneliness. What's funny is that women talk about how, men need women because we end up growing, getting older and being alone, right? Well, you have Mary J. who says that she's okay being alone and being older, right? At least that's what she says. Does she really feel this way? I don't know. Michelle Obama spoke about women feeling pressure to have children as a duty in life. You don't have to be a mother. That doesn't make you whole. The former First Lady said, if you're not a whole person, a child will not do that for you. It won't complete you. What's funny? Women will have a child by a guy just to keep a man. I don't think it's about being whole. I think it's about the fact that women have children for the wrong reasons. A lot of times they do it because they want to keep a man, or they do it because they want attention. That's what needs to be talked about. The Yonkers native married producer Kendu Isaacs in 2003, but filed for divorce in 2016. Blige and Isaacs ultimately settled the split in 2018. Mary J is currently preparing for another run in Las Vegas as part of her My Life, My Story residency, which picks back up in Sin City on October 23rd. The Queen of Hip Hop Soul's last album arrived in 2024. With Gratitude, she popped out with a guest earlier in August at Chris Brown as a guest earlier in August at Chris Brown and Usher's R&B tour stop in New Jersey. Listen. Yes, women should have children when the situation is right, but that's not the reality. The reality is women have children for the wrong reason. And a lot of times, women may not have kids because maybe they can't have kids. But ultimately, I just don't think that. I think Mary J didn't want to have kids with Kendu, and by the time she divorced Kendu, she was already in her 40s. I think by the time she divorced Kendu, the divorce was finalized. I just think by then she probably felt like it was too late. And maybe he didn't want to have kids as well. So they both agreed on that. But I just don't buy this I'm good at being lonely. Do y'all see how she be out here dressing? She absolutely wants a man. Mary J absolutely wants a man. She carries herself as if she's out here competing with the rest of these women for male attention and for the male gaze, right? The male viewpoint, right? So when I hear women say they're okay being alone, I don't buy that. Now, do I buy her not wanting to be a mother? Yes, I believe that's how she feels, because at this point it's too late, right? But when it comes to women saying they're okay being alone, I just don't believe that. You were with Kendu for a long time. You know, you definitely want companionship, but you want companionship on your terms. And a lot of 50-something-year-old men who are successful, the men that, you know, that Mary J ultimately wants to be with, they're not checking for her. She's just too old for them. She's too probably stuck in her ways for them. So she has to accept this reality. But do y'all really think that a woman like Mary J accepts being alone, accepts not having a man? Do y'all really buy that? I don't buy that. I really don't. I don't buy that she's okay being alone. I just don't. I don't buy that she's okay just living alone, not having a man. I don't buy that. I really don't. Because the way she carries herself, it just doesn't mesh. Because you can usually tell if a woman's withdrawn or she's not really out here looking to be noticed. Mary J is absolutely looking to be noticed. And she has for years. Y'all remember that infamous picture of Mary J and Jordan? People thought Jordan was kind of choosing. Because he liked what he see, I guess. I don't know. But other than that, I don't believe women when they say they're okay being alone. Do I believe Mary J when she says she's okay being not having children? Yeah, because she doesn't have any. So I have to take her word for it. She's 55 years old. She hasn't had any children. I will believe her on that. But do I believe that she's okay just growing older without a man? No, I do not. I just think that the options that she wants don't want her back. And I think that reality is settling in, but it's also a little bit of cope. I think it's a little bit of cope as well. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like if you don't share it, follow me on all my social media platforms. Check out all the other videos on this channel, and I'll see y'all next one.